Good evening. My name is June Pedzeni. I'm going to do a presentation to you tonight. I'm going to tell you about T.D. Jakes, the one that I've been studying, and then I'm going to tell you all about him. T.D. Jakes was born in the USA on the 9th of June 1957. His mother, Odith, was a home economics teacher who taught all her children manual work. He taught them how to cook, how to clean, and how to sew. His father was an entrepreneur who had 42 employees working in his cleaning business. At the age of 10, the young Jakes reflected his parents' work ethic by having a newspaper route, selling Avon products, and also selling vegetables from his mother's patch. He was known in the neighborhood as the Bible boy, because he had a habit of preaching to imaginary congregations while always carrying his Bible. I'm now going to tell you about his church. T.D. Jakes' church, the Potter's House, takes its name from Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 1, which says, up on your feet, go to the Potter's house, where when you get there, I will tell you what to say. His ministry is based on individual approach. T.D. Jakes crosses all cultural and economic lines and boldly addresses deep-felt needs of people either neglected or avoided by many. His charismatic style of preaching has drawn many people across the globe. He also hosts what are called mega conferences, where he invites men and women and addresses their issues. He is able to get to the core of issues of pain from people experience, from abuse, whether be it physical, sexual, or emotional. He gives people ways to deal with the pain and to move on with their lives. He has transformed or transferred his knowledge into several best-selling books so that they can also help other people. His church is a multiracial, non-denominational with more than 300 members. He has developed ministries in his church ranging from ministries that address homelessness to empowering and mentoring young children and young people. I've been telling you some of the good things about his ministry. What I'm going to say to you now, I'm going to tell you about the bad things about his ministry. His teaching endorses concepts relating to guaranteed health and wealth. He claims to believe in the Trinity, but his teaching centers on the Trinitarian theology, that there is one God who exists in three manifestations. I'm going to give you a brief history of the Pentecostal church. Modern Pentecostalism was founded or was influenced by John Wesley, founder of the Methodism during the 1700s. Birth of Pentecostalism revival in the 1900s saw the first wave of the Welsh revival. That happened between 1905, to 1906. There was the Korean revival, which happened between 1907 and 1908. And then also the Azusa Street revival in the USA, that happened in 1906. This movement was started by Parham Fox, who had got healed from a sickness or from an illness. He had other people that came in with him as well during the Azusa Street, and it lasted for 3 months. One of the people that joined him was the Black African preacher, William Joseph Seymour, and they fell out. Seymour authenticated the belief in talking in tongues, known as xenolalia. The second wave happened in 1980, and it was influenced by the hippie movement, now known as the Jesus movement. And the third wave took place in the 1990s in Canada. The connection with the Canada, the movement in Canada is called the Toronto Airport Blessing. And it saw people talking in tongues. It showed visible signs of people falling over, jumping up and down, and showing that God had really touched them. The good things about Toronto Blessing was that it revived church leaders. It also had outreach about planting churches. In the UK, it saw the birth of New Wine in the Holy Trinity Brompton Church. It also had people, saw people being personally empowered. The bad thing about Toronto Blessing was that it was non-biblical, it was celebrity-driven, and was accused of being demonic. Prosperity gospel, that it gives, if you give money, then God will bless you. If there's anyone who has got, I've come to the end of my presentation. If there's anyone who has got a question, please feel free to ask me. Do you have any questions? Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening.